Yeah, what is up, everyone? Brian with you from the Game Cabinet. We are doing our AI-only championship series here in Civilization 6, and we are onto the second chance rounds. We are in group stage 1 of the second chance rounds, and we have Ottoman, we have Pedro, we have Eleanor, we have Kristina, Tomyris, Dido, and Genghis Khan. Thus far, we have Ottomans and Mongolia competing for first place. They're also the only two to be in a golden age right now. Everyone else got a dark age. So we got some funny dark age, dramatic age stuff happening over here on the Eastern Island. Question, are you still at war with Suleiman? Suleiman is not at war with anyone right now. Kind of was expecting Tomyris to actually maybe go to war, but not as of yet. So you are still flipping to Ottoman. The city that Scythia ended up losing. But Scythia has a lot of city locations here in the future, so we'll see if they can hold on. The other thing is they had Geneva. Yeah, they still have Geneva, so they should be making more science. 89, still a little bit behind. Kristina at 113, that's interesting. Yeah, I would not expect Kristina to be high in science, because Kristina is more of a culture civ. But anyways, Malmo is going back to Sweden. Interesting. And then Recife is going back to Brazil, which, yeah, I still don't know how to pronounce it. Rouen is still going, yeah, okay, now it's going to Brazil. I felt like it was going to go to Brazil. But you know what? They did just put down Porto Alegre, so that's probably partly why. Yeah, that helped as well. Dido's not having too many issues. They're not getting back Sidon, though, which is a little unfortunate. She also is probably the one civ that is completely trapped right now. And it looks like she is going to go ahead and settle this other little island there. She's also got another little tile here, which isn't so bad. And she's got a couple little civs. She can do a little bit more here. The biggest thing is like getting over here is going to be a bit of a problem because A, there's going to be a lot of loyalty pressure from these other guys. B, you also have the mountains kind of like trapping your civs in, trapping your units at least out would probably be a better way of describing it. Scythia's going for a Sean. They should be able to grab it. Edirene ended up getting flooded, so they took a little bit of damage. They must have built the dam after the flood, I guess. Unless it's the zombies that were doing damage. Actually, might have just been straight zombies. What are the zombies running at right now? They did like no damage here on Akatsu. Well, they did what, 11 damage and then it healed up to full, so really not significant amounts of damage. Zombie also right here potentially could steal the settler, but once again, I think the zombies are still a little bit too far behind. So Sean did get captured by Scythia. Could trigger a war. We'll have to see here in a minute. Sidon is flipping now that Malmo went back to Sweden. Okay, so everyone's getting their town back down here, and Rouen ended up going over to Brazil. So ironically enough, Eleanor is a bit on the back foot because of the dramatic ages. The one civ that is really well positioned to do them. Okay, so she's working on the Jebel. She already has the pyramids. She already has the Artemis. Actually, because Brazil was working on the Artemis, so she ended up beating Brazil on the Artemis. So she's got a couple wonders in. Did we get 5 of 5 on the religions? No, still one religion left over. Who was the extra one? Ottomans did get a religion over here. So right now, and they are converting Scythia, I was like, they can get a bunch of points from that conversion. Someone else has the last great prophet, though. Did Mongolia get it by chance? Looking for a great prophet. That's a soothsayer. No, I don't see it, so I don't think they got it. Interesting. So I wonder who... Oh, there it goes. France got it. France, Ottoman, Sweden... Dido and Brazil. So basically everyone on the Eastern Island has a religion, and then Ottomans are the only one on the Western Island. That sets up Ottomans are very, very well for the future because they can get a lot of religious points. They currently have fallen behind Ottomans, though. Ottomans, I think, have been wonder building quite a bit, so that is going to help them. They're also working on the Alhambra. That's another wonder for them. That's another 15 sexy points. Castro ended up flipping over the Ottomans. So Ottomans are still looking pretty dang good here. They're going to need to conquer probably some of Scythia, though, here in the future. So they are now at war. The question is who declared war on who? I kind of feel like Scythia might have been the one to declare war. Actually, this could be an emergency now that I say that. No one declared it. I kind of felt like that would have been the one thing, but no one declared an emergency, so there you go. Since I have the option to actually start the emergency, it means no one actually started it. So Dido did get Biblios over there. Kind of would rather have seen you settle over here because you can get a couple more cities there, and you kind of want to keep the AI from grabbing cities over there, but okay. Rouen, Brazil's trying to build their first wonder still. If they can't get a wonder, actually, they're going to get the temple. Okay, so at least that's a wonder for them. Also, that's going to give a couple prophets too, right? Not prophets, a couple apostles, which is going to help them spread their religion. Interesting. World Congress, just keep advancing right now. No reason to pause it. Medieval era ends in 9 turns. Cool. I think this is the one for a couple prophets or apostles. Yep, there you go. At least one apostle. Alrighty then. Scythia, how goes the war? Not much is happening. I don't see Ottomans being able to conquer anything because you got the walls here and you have the freaking barracks encampment there. Like, that's just going to be such a hard take. Such a hard take. Ismar's about the only city I can see falling right now. Now, we saw the trebuchets. The trebuchets can do a lot of work in this era, which previously, this is kind of where, you know, once you get crossbows, it's just kind of like, no wars are going to be particularly successful unless someone starts getting a huge scientific advantage. But, excuse me. But trebuchets might be able to make a bit of a difference. Now, Tomyris is starting to flex her scientific muscles, so that is going to help her if she wants to go ahead and grab Ottomans. Now, remember, everyone got a Dark Age except Ottomans and Mongolia. So, I kind of assume Ottomans and or Mongolia will get a Dark Age, or both, and everyone else should probably be able to get a Golden Age. I don't know anyone really had a bad era over here. Some got religions, got a couple wonders. I mean, it's not hard to get a golden era after you got a dark era. I mean, it's significantly easier, in fact. So Brazil is now at war again against France. Looks like France actually declared the war this time. Once again, don't see you doing much unless you can pop out a couple trebuchets, which Mongolia is rolling with them. They got the trebuchets, they got their keshigs. Man, they could do some damage here. All right, so Mongolia did get a dark age. Interesting. So Eleanor. Okay, so What happened is exactly what I thought would happen. The two that got golden ages got dark ages, and everyone else got a golden age, except France. Somehow, lost got another dark age, man. And I don't know that they're going to be able to hold on to Nantes. Right now, it says it's flipping to them, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Dude, this is really interesting. France, a freaking Eleanor France is having trouble here. What the hell is going on here, France? Like, what are you doing with your life? You know, I don't see a single theater square, which is probably part of what's happening. But my gosh, dude. Also losing Toulouse right now? I'm bad with French, I know. Nantes is still going back to France. 5 turns, 8 turns, which would then probably keep you from flipping. Anything else down here going to loyalty flip? I don't think so. Not with everyone in golden ages. We do have a Dido via Sweden war again. Sweden doesn't have any walls here in Linköping, which it's probably such a butcher, which could open the door up, but we'll see. Koch throws going back to Sweden. I actually feel like Ottomans are probably falling behind right now. Yeah, Genghis is starting to flex here. He is flexing hard. Almec is going back to Mongolia, which is not surprising because I felt like they're pretty secure here. They got a couple more cities. The thing is, they're starting to run out of room here pretty quick, so they might need to go on the offensive. Looks like Ottomans actually declared war on them, which I feel is kind of a dumb decision because Mongolia looks really scary. Trying to see their military score here. So 346, Ottomans are 323, so they're actually fairly close. But Aydin is just wide open for the taking right here. So what could very well happen here is Ottomans might waste a bunch of power trying to take over the city. They might get punished by both Scythia and Mongolia. I'll have to see if that ends up working out that way. What are zombies rolling at? They look pretty strong because they just got wrecked by the walls of the city. So, sorry, they look not that strong is actually what I meant to say. The Caroline are popping out, but they're not going to really be able to do much. Dido doesn't really have many troops right now, too. She kind of got screwed because no one really settled on the coast near her, so yeah. Brazil's getting a lot of room, so Brazil's got one thing going for them. They're cutting everyone else off. Yeah, they've climbed all the way to second, and they still got a ton more room to settle here. Scythia, I feel... Scythia is still down in 5th, but I don't see that happening for long. I do feel like Scythia is going to also be able to kind of climb, and Scythia might even be able to settle over here as well. So yeah, they're still throwing out more cities. I feel like Scythia. I feel like right now Brazil and Scythia might be in the best two spots. Mongolia could potentially be there too. Ah, no, he just built the walls just in time. Mongolia potentially could be there, but they're gonna have to start grabbing. If they can grab Aydin, maybe. The other thing is, you know, if they can like get a couple golden ages and hope that Ottomans get dark ages, maybe. We'll see. Anyone really kind of out of it at this point? I mean, France is looking really bad. The thing is, Eleanor of Aquitaine's maybe the only civ that can just 180 this game if given an opportunity. Like, the fact that she got a Dark Age and everyone around her got a Golden Age could open up a very interesting next era. If she gets a Golden Age and everyone around her gets a Dark Age, she could really just start grabbing a bunch of towns. But we'll have to see. She's got a ways to go if she wants to make that work. Scythia did end up declaring war on the Ottomans. And it doesn't look like Mongolia pieced them out. Let's see. Nope, they did end up piecing out Mongolia. So in that case, Mongolia did end up technically winning that war. Because I think because the Ottomans got war declared on, the AI usually at that point ends up piecing out the other civ. And I would say Ottomans would not have pieced out, wouldn't have like white pieced. So I feel like Ottomans probably ended up having to pay them to get out of that war. Can we actually look at yields? Is that gold per turn? I'm trying to remember. I think this is gold per turn. In which case, yeah, I think Ottomans did pay to get out of that war. Actually, it looks like maybe Brazil might have paid to get out of the war. Interesting. So Brazil is potentially losing Gitarja right now, completely surrounded by a bunch of knights and some trebuchets. It's interesting. I don't think he's gonna lose it, but I don't know. Nantes is still flipping. He went to lose back in French control. Sweden's doing pretty okay down here. Not much is happening in that particular war. Scythia, how goes your attack? Ismar now has walls, but you do have bombards. Downside is you got to worry about that encampment. So you're not really going to be able to get that bombard to hit the city just because the encampment's just going to blow the crap out of it. Gitarja might actually fall here. That trebuchet did work. Interesting. I'm wondering what Brazil was shooting. I don't think Brazil was actually shooting the trebuchet with their wall damage. And unless Brazil brings some other troops here, well, in that case, Brazil's going to lose their second place. And I mean, this is a pretty nice city here, so that's going to set them way back. So I don't know that they're going to be able to get enough points to make up for the loss of this city here. So Scythia might now be the one that, like, might be the only one now that's in a really, really great position. Once again, too, Eleanor, this could be really dangerous. This could be really, really dangerous for everyone, except Eleanor. We're going to see if she can queue this up with a golden age. My God. All right, we got some cav. Can the cav come and save the day? This is going to be interesting. Also, what was the special session of Congress for Tomyris? Yeah, not shocked on that one. That one actually passed. I want to see who declared war, but I kind of want to see if... Nope. Oh, they burned it down. Oh, that's maybe the worst thing that could have happened. Yeah. Oh, that sucks, because I feel like... If Eleanor would have grabbed it, she would have gotten some era score for that, number one. Number two, I feel like she's probably going to get a golden era and would definitely be able to hold it with the golden era. So yeah, that's a very unfortunate burn down. I think that was one of the cases in which, man, if the AI could have held on to it, even though like they would have had some loyalty issues initially, I think they would have been able to hold it. But it's still going to knock Brazil back a bit. Did that actually put Dido in second place of all people? Interesting. I don't see Dido staying there, though. I mean, Ziz over here, and you're going to go throw another one down. Maybe. I mean, can anyone stop Mongolia right now? That's the question. Mongolia doesn't have a religion, which is kind of crazy. Mongolia is just popping out the wonders. How is science and culture? Not first, but second in science, but they do have the most culture, which means they're going to keep popping out more wonders because they're going to keep getting wonders before everyone else because they have the culture. Let's see. They are also going to get the Taj before the end of the era. It's not going to give the benefit, like you're not going to get the era score benefit from the Taj necessarily at this point, but you are going to get the wonder score for it. So, at least the era score for the wonder. So maybe that's enough to get a golden age. I mean, I would imagine Mongolia is probably going to end up getting a golden age anyways, because they did just get a dark age. So at this point, I don't know anyone can catch Mongolia except maybe Tomyris. I'm still thinking Tomyris is going to get a bunch of score jump in here. The other thing is, remember, Tomyris does have Geneva still too, right? Yes. Now, I think they are at war, so I don't know they're getting the science boost. Yeah, they're not getting the science boost. They're actually at war with, interesting, Brazil too. Okay, Brazil's throwing a couple more towns down. Nothing major happening over here. We are having some religious fight. Pretty much everyone is holding on, except I will say Brazil's doing better than anyone actually when it comes to, I guess, the religious game. But they did lose Rouen. Let's see, Mongolia and Eleanor got golden ages. That is bad for everyone. Now, I guess, okay, Rouen, it will flip over to Eleanor, but it doesn't look like she's going to necessarily grab anything else. She can't grab Carthage. Yeah, okay. Okay, so Eleanor's not going to be able to ball then. Hellesborg is going back to Brazil. It's, okay, not back to Brazil, but to Brazil. So they're losing in town, they're gaining in town, not into the world there. Scythia got another dark age, so Castro ended up flipping. Aydin is now neutral as well, and that one's actually going over to Mongolia. Dude, Mongolia is looking good. Mongolia is looking good here. And they're popping out more wonders. That's what I was going to say. If they can pop out a couple more wonders, they're going to get at least maybe 2 more here. Plus the city flipping. I don't think they're going to get a dark age. Because you got to remember, too, now they have the Taj. So they're getting bonus era score for everything. For all those wonders and everything. So, yeah, I don't know they're catchable. They are going to lose out on the Kilwa. Not the biggest deal there, though. Trying to see if anyone else is building the wonder. Potato Palace. See, what were the other 2 they were doing? Oh, no, they're going to miss out on the Potato Palace then as well. They do have the Hermitage. I can't imagine anyone else has enough culture for the Hermitage at this point. That's a bit of an early Hermitage. So they will get that one at least. And it's what, like 4 error score now? Or 5? I think it's 4, right? Because I think it's normally 3. I don't remember. Big Ben over here with Dido. Interesting. That's because of her science? Because Big Ben's a science one. Her science isn't that great. Interesting. Interesting. She does have a couple more cities over there. Just kind of keeping an eye, seeing what's what. So we still have Broadway that we know of. We still have Bolshoi that Mongolia probably could get here as well. I'm just trying to think of wonders. Then you got the Cristo, and you have there's one more. Cristo, Broadway. One of these late game industrial era wonders. Where are they at? Oh, Statue of Liberty. Yeah, that's the other one. And then Cristo and Broadway. And then you got the Hermitage and you have Bolshoi. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about the Toro. This one is kind of hard. Must be built on a coastile adjacent to a harbor. Yeah, there's not, I mean, it's possible, but it's not one of the easier ones to just grab. That's one of the ones that the player can actually grab because there's so many restrictions on it. All right, we got a World Congress. We can go to the next World Congress here. I don't know how much our timings are going to be off. Well, you know what? With only 7 civs, we're probably going to be less needy at having to like put pauses because I don't think the game's going to slow down quite as much. I don't know. Then again, I say that, but how many of those games in the previous group rounds did we only have like 4 or 5 civs come to the end of the game? So who knows? We got artillery running around here down with Sweden. Hellesborg did end up going over to Brazil. Rouen ended up going back to France. Yeah, dude, France having Dido right next to them just really kind of screwed her. That really just kind of put a kink in her plan. So Scythia now is in second, which is not surprising. I said from the get-go that Scythia had a chance here. Now, unfortunately, I love Scythia, I love Ottomans, I love Mongolia, because these are 3 super domination-heavy civs, and we're going to have to say bye to at least 2 of them. And Brazil, too, ex-winner. So, yeah, man, it's going to be depressing saying bye to some of these civs. We just have some really weird ones, I feel, make it in. Like, I don't know Trajan's ever made it to the knockout rounds. Tamar, I don't think, has ever made it to the knockout rounds. Let's see. Gandhi, 2-time winner. Well, and then, yeah, we had Germany back. So I think some of the perennial ones that we've seen in like every knockout round are probably not going to make it just because of some of those other ones just finally making it in / actually having good games for the first time in a while. All right. So, Tomyris is going to war here and invading Brazil. Don't really see that happening. If she can throw a couple more towns here, she can probably lock off this western coast here. And so she could actually come settle over here. And that's not a bad area here. And this map I liked. This is a good map. This map I think was fairly good. Sudan's end up flipping. I don't know if it's going to flip to anyone in specific. It says Sweden right now, but I don't know. Brazil's putting a lot of pressure on it as well. So yeah, Dido can't afford to lose that right now though. They cannot afford to lose that. They're also losing Baruta as well. When's the next era? 20 turns? All right, so they're full loyalty in both of those. Okay, so they switched their policies. Yay! It's hilarious how we literally remove one policy from the game and the AI is just about 1 billion times better at surviving dramatic ages. Like, it's insane how much better they are just with not being able to completely screw themselves. So Hermitage did end up built by Mongolia, and they're about to finish the Great Lighthouse as well. So they should be good for getting another great age. So they should be, Golden Age. So they should be safe at this point. Scythia is going to need to avoid a Dark Age. They're working on Ruhr Valley. What's their science? Yeah, they're leading in science by a lot. They actually have enough science that they could potentially end up winning the game here. They are doing what right now? Radio. Okay, so they're not too far off spaceports. So there is potential that they could win the game. That's the other thing. There's only one civ. So someone just wins the game religiously, diplomatically, or whatever, and guess what? It doesn't matter how great Mongolia is doing, because they're not going to make it through. No one's really close in any victory type yet. How's everyone's culture? Yeah, I don't think Mongolia is going to be able to roll away with it. And then if we're looking science here, Ottomans are at 49, 47. So they're all still pretty close to each other. Yeah, Mongolia is still getting so many points, though. And yeah, there's Broadway. No one's going to be able to beat them to Broadway. They're getting the Hue as well. I don't know anyone else even has lake tiles, so they might also be pretty well safe with that one. Yeah, does anyone have a lake tile? There's one right there. Yeah, so that's just going to be another 30 points for them, dude. Jeez. Woof. All right. Wondering if Scythia can actually make a catch up here. They also probably at some point could really afford to take over Bologna. Suleiman is the suzerain, so they could potentially declare war on them. Actually, oh no, Dido's going for it. That is a good thing for Mongolia if Dido takes it, because that's just going to immediately flip to them. All right, so we do have Panama Canal popping out here in Ottomans. Not the best at all, but I don't really see too many potential. Like, I don't really think you're going to get a good Panama Canal in this map. Like, I don't really even know how. Like, it's pretty thin in certain places, but I don't think thin enough that you could get a good Panama Canal going. Like, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there really is any good Panama Canals here. It's going to be probably the same way when it comes to, well, other than potentially building, if they built, no, because it connects to a mountain there. Oh, my God. I was going to say this would be an absolutely amazing Golden Gate, but nope. Not going to happen. I guess you can get a Golden Gate there, I suppose. None of these are really going to be particularly great. Gosh, dang, that would be so great, but that volcano just screws it up, man. I almost kind of wish, you know, you can do mountain passes and stuff like that. I almost kind of wish that maybe like late game, you could still like work mountain tiles and stuff like that. You know, you could like dig out roads and stuff on mountains. So like you could actually still like make it passes without actually having to do tunnels and stuff like that. Like maybe tunnels are just quicker or something like that. Cause it's not as if like, I mean, how early were people settling the like Rockies? Like Googling this, how early did settlers settle? I mean, even the Appalachia, because like Europeans and Indians, I mean, because they're talking like the mountains and stuff like that. Now the question is like Appalachia is like more than just the mountains. It'd probably be easier to look for like the Rockies just because those are just the mountain ranges. Like I don't think there's any, let's say settle Rockies. History of Colorado, lower portion of Colorado. Who settled the Rocky Mountains first? Sage spent 4 years roaming the Rockies. Joel Estes. Anyways, I don't know. Point being, like, I imagine people were like climbing the Rockies and putting towns up there. Like, it had to be at least like what, 18th century? Surely. Anyways, what are we looking at here? So Genghis Khan is still pretty big lead. We're about to get next era. We will pause here with this next session. So this is going to be just a great time for us to actually look here. So everyone got a golden age except Sweden. That is just catastrophic. That is just straight catastrophic. All right, well, the game just continued on. Okay, then. Oh, there we go. I was like, all right, well, screw you too then. So interesting, Linkoping ended up flipping, which is going to then go over to Dido, which is going to give her a few more points. I mean, she's still up there, but man, someone's going to have to win another victory type, I think. I don't know anyone's going to be able to catch up score-wise to Mongolia. Now, the only thing about Mongolia is there's not too many wonders left in the game. He'll probably get another golden era this next turn because he's still got at least 2 more wonders here. Maybe the next era after that, he might not have enough wonders to get a golden era, but I mean, he might be shooting rockets off at that point. I don't know that we're going to see a dark age anymore from Mongolia. So, all right, right now it's looking like Mongolia. So we got one more episode to figure out who's going to end up winning it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, comment. Let me know what you think. Always hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, share, support. See you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.